All right, this is Tim Vaduva, and I'm with Max on the left playing Biotech, and Raphael on the right playing Kate Mac McCaffrey. This is from the Great Lakes Circuit. Last Saturday on May 30th, on a Saturday, at Flatland Games in Wixom, Michigan. This is round 5. Game number 2, the final game of the day. Raphael and Max are both at the top of the leaderboard, playing for the rights to be the Great Lakes Invitational Champion. I believe Max won the first game. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And Raphael is playing for his position. So there's a lot at stake in this game. And Max, you're playing Biotech. Can you tell me about your deck?
Well, the deck is a rush deck centered around the greenhouse. It is meant to basically chain Nisei into Nisei and use the flip identity to get an agenda scored in one turn after installing it, and just put a lot of pressure on the runner, because I think the meta at this moment is more centered around a slower game.
Okay. And Raphael, you have an interesting Mac deck there, or an uncommon one.
Right. So I'm using their stealth suite. I think that this is probably like the kind of deck. What Max was saying is probably the kind of deck that I was trying to aim against, like a more slower corp decks. So okay. I have the full stealth suite, not the full, but I have refractor, switchblade, all the lockpicks and silencers, and it's a pretty good deck against slower glacier decks. I can make once I'm set up, I can go pretty much anywhere, but usually only 1, maybe 2 runs per turn. But yeah, once it's set up, it goes everywhere.
Nice. And these are the decks you guys took to the regionals yesterday on June 6th, also in Michigan?
Yeah, I made modifications to mine in that I changed the economy around, but other than that, it is the same deck.
Yeah, on my case also, this one is exactly the same that I took to regionals. I was actually thinking about including a copy of Clot. Mm-hmm. I don't have Clot there, but then after talking to Max, I decided not to include Clot because I thought that people would be the meta would scare fast advance off.
Right. And Raphael, you came in second with this deck yesterday, right?
Yep, exactly. I think I had on that day 3 losses with this deck. 2 in Swiss, and 1 in the actually very final game.
Okay. And on this day at the GLC, up to this point, you haven't lost with Mac. And we won't spoil what happens in this game.
Right. Yeah. Right. Up to that final game, Kate went undefeated.
Nice. And Max, you played Biotech. How did it do for you at the regionals and in this tournament?
Well, at regionals, it did its job. Half the time I went 3-3 with it in Swiss, mm-hmm. because it decided to just throw agendas everywhere.
Right.
But it did its job very well and ended up in 12th place.
Nice. And at the GLC before this game, how did it do?
I lost 1 game prior to this.
Okay. All right. So we'll start the game. Max is starting off with the corp on the corp side.
Simple enough first turn. Right. Install ice, credit.
Right.
Always a good start to see the baby there.
Mm-hmm.
Starting hand. Going for a credit. and I already started setting up the stealth suite.
Nice.
Yeah.
In this turn, I just click for 3 credits because I'm looking for the ability to set up my remote.
Okay. And you play operation economy, so you may have some restructures or
That is correct.
hedge funds that you're trying to get to the right level to use those.
Yes. The economy in this deck is entirely operation. The only asset is Jackson Howard.
And there you go. You have a huge operation burst. Transactions all over the place.
Yeah, I think at that point we pretty much agreed that Max had money for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
What are you looking for right now? You're drawing pretty aggressively, just more stealth pieces.
Yep, yeah, pretty much the stealth pieces. Max is still not threatening, so I'm just trying to get as much of the pieces as possible. Yep, so like that's what I do with this deck. Like I draw for the pieces, and when the corpse starts threatening, like try to keep up the pace.
Right, and now you have Cotty Jones out.
Yeah, it was good to see her early in the game. Yeah.
And you guys play each other fairly often
Yes.
in Ann Arbor. So you guys know each other's decks and maybe what can or can't work.
Yeah. Not sure if we play this match very often, but yeah, we have some experience playing against each other. We know each other's streaks.
Right.
Yeah. At this point with Jackson, I am looking for an agenda, hopefully Nisei, as well as the Caprice to secure the remote.
Mm-hmm. Are you running Fast Track in your deck, Max?
I am running 2 copies of Fast Track.
Okay. So I can get your pieces. So you have Switchblade on the runner side, so any kind of Cortex or Cerugis.
Right. So it's always good to have like either like SMC or a Switchblade with a Ghost Runner and a Cloak to be able to start running without fear of facing a Cortex Lock or any of the nasty sentries that Jinteki has.
And I've got the Caprice installed in that remote server now, so I'm just looking for the agenda to start scoring.
Right. Raphael, just remember his cloak recurring credit. Maybe it signals that he's ready to start running, because so far he's just been setting up different pieces.
Right. So haven't made a run so far. I unload Kari for something there. I don't remember exactly what. But,
oh, look at that.
There you go.
Interface, possibly.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
And I'm going to run. Yeah.
Yeah. I make a mistake in resing this ice because Cortex Lock, when he has full memory, does not do a whole lot.
So no need for Switchblade at all in this case. Maybe you're thinking he has, he could do 1 or 2 damage and at least tax his Ghost Runner.
Yeah, it's been a day by this point.
Right.
There goes the second Jackson Howard.
Now, I'm not sure if that may be the best play since you have the other Jackson on the board already, so you could always shuffle him back.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, at least if he wants to recur other things, he can't. Like if he wants, like he'll have to make a decision, right? Whether to put Jackson back or something else that he'd like to.
Yeah.
Is the thought of having HQ interface versus legwork because you want to make 1 or 2 runs each turn with the stealth credits and get the most out of it as a consistent pressure versus a burst pressure every once in a while with the legwork? Is that the thought behind that?
Yeah, exactly. And also I didn't use on this game, but I have Rumen in the red dress.
Oh, okay.
So put like some constant pressure on HQ.
Okay,
So
I can see that.
even if they brought that agenda, I'll go there and get it.
For those of you who don't know, the ice in front of R&D is the alternate Art Eli 1.0.
That's nice. It's a world prize, I believe, in 2013, was that?
I believe so.
All right.
So it's one of my favorite alt arts.
Yeah.
It's really nice. And yeah, I'm not getting anything on HQ. I don't know if you... Do you remember if you have anything on HQ at this moment, Max? Because
I believe I have a Nisei in there, as I'm pretty sure this turn goes with... Yeah, I can see it in my hand. I believe it's Jackson shuffling away.
Or maybe you drew it right behind the one.
Yeah.
With that.
Maybe Eli saved me, but
Right.
this is where I start going for the first Nisei Mark II.
there you go. Yeah.
And now you're shuffling back in some operation. Do you remember what that face down card was? That like a
It was
Future
either
Perfect or
it was either an agenda, probably Future Perfect, or NAPD, or it may have been Caprice.
okay.
I can't say for sure.
So you mostly run some binary ice for remotes.
Yeah, I have very low strength binary ice, and I also have Excalibur in the deck,
Right.
which is there to protect remotes with the Caprice.
And maybe a few Eli type ice for R&D and HQ, just so
Yeah,
they can't make that many runs.
just taxing ice to try and keep them out.
Yeah, at this moment, I think that I have in hand a lady. So at the end of Max's turn, I decided just to pop the refractor out, use Kate's ability on his turn, and then
Right.
on my turn, use her again to
Right.
install lady, so that I can run on that remote where he has the agenda.
Makes sense. Wanna take advantage of your ability as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm a little bit low on Monday, and I have only one counter on Kali, but getting a credit there with baby. I flipped the wrong.
Right.
Oops, not lady, not case. It's the baby. So yeah, take the 3
Just-
credits.
Just
Yeah.
in case you have to get your SMC back. But
Right.
you're at this point. Well, hopefully won't need anything, but to get the SMC back, you don't have any extra memory.
No, that's
So
right.
you may have to wipe out a couple programs. So hopefully it's not something you have to bring another program out.
Exactly. And running 4th click
Yeah.
there.
I res an Excalibur on a last click run. Always great tech.
Yep. I'm not breaking that.
Right. And here we
Okay.
have first piece of binary. I see the board. That's the
Quicksand.
Quicksand from just came out in Chrome City. So how's that been working out for you?
I have had it work out very well. It gets harder and harder the more they want to get into the server. I think it does a bit better on central servers, but seeing as they already had ice on them, it was my remote protection.
And of course, did I lose a side game there?
And you did 0 on this one in max build 2.
Yep.
Okay.
My turn is just scoring out the Nisei, and I had all that great money early game, and now I'm down to 3 credits.
Yep. Quickly goes away. But since you're running, was it greenhouse, right?
Yep.
You always have a free advancement turn
Yeah.
if you need it.
And we've got a sweeps week in hand that Raphael already saw earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So now I can pretty much run anywhere. So start making some runs.
HQ costs a grand total of 1 stealth credit for Pup to get switch-bladed.
Right. And I think
Woohoo.
Max is correcting Raphael here. Like, strength 0, so you don't need to boost Switchblade and getting to look at 2 axes and seeing the future perfect.
Yep. Finally got something out of HQ. And let's see, let's get that.
Oh, bidding 0.
Yep,
And it's his.
I got it.
Always breaking into my servers, and I'm pretty sure that is the only agenda I had in HQ at that moment.
Did you bid 0 in that case, thinking that's what Raphael bid last? I'm not likely to bid it, or are you just worried about being on low credits and just taking your chances that he might not bid the same way and not being set back?
Yeah, I was low on credits, and like you said, it was what he bid last, but even if he steals 1 future perfect, I'm still in the game.
Right.
We've got Sweeps Weeks for 3 credits, followed by an install into the remote.
I think you're gonna advance there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I place 1 more advancement counter.
Because you got Caprice, and he's pretty low on credits, or he's maxed
Yeah.
out on MU, so...
And I've got the Nisei token there with Excalibur, so...
Right. It's just going to be really hard to get through there.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's I decided on that turn I would just run last click. That's won't be able to go back there anyway.
But you're going to hit RD first, there, because you have RDI just installed.
Yep.
Right.
And Eli is not much of a lady deterrent, it turns out.
Mm-hmm.
He sees a green level clearance and a sweeps week.
So you got economy coming, so that's good news for Max.
Okay. Draw for credits. Then I think then it's actually finally run that server. Yeah. So you're gonna have to play another side game.
Yep. Quicksand gets a little bit stronger still.
Yeah.
Eventually it's going to cost Lady more than a counter.
Right.
We bid 1 to 1.
I'm fine with that because I think I have at least 1 scavenge in hands. So that's okay.
The Nisei token has to end the run, but 3 clicks and credits later is another Nisei.
Right.
Yeah.
And green is 1 credit, right? So you're just down to 1 credit
Yep.
at this point?
1 credit to gain 3 and draw a card. However, I also know at this point in time that I have a future perfect in hand.
So you can see the end game.
Yeah, because I only need to get 1 advancement token on, and then the identity can flip into the other 4.
Right. But do you have the future perfect in hand?
Yeah, you just saw the top of my deck. And, spoiler alert, I do go for another scoring opportunity here.
Oh, okay. So yeah, just using the last counter of Lady. Another R&D run. Nothing. I don't know how to install the distractor. Like, seriously. There are no code gates in
Right.
It's just like, I don't have anything to do. I'll just install the distractor.
It's going to be free anyway, but yeah.
Oh,
And
distractor, sorry, lock.
Actually, no.
Lock
I guess I
taken.
fast track for the future perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I remember.
There we go.
Fast track, future perfect, yeah.
seeing Fast Track come out, and this is why it's in the deck.
Yeah, and
Then I go for an install in advance.
yeah, and that's gonna be game, right? And actually, I don't quite realize that. I didn't remember that you always played the greenhouse, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I actually forgot, but like, and now we have like 8 to 10 minutes of me like just thinking about what to do, doing math and stuff. But I actually consider of like not running this turn, like and developing a little bit more my board.
Yeah, he's got no
Like,
credits. What can he do?
I forgot about the identity, but then I decided not to because there is the DC counter anyway there, and now I start making math. So like doing math. So you're gonna see like although I'm a statistician, and I should be good at doing math. I always count on my fingers. So like you're gonna see me like counting fingers, like the credits that I have, the credits that I need, and so the plan is that I need to run twice on that remote, but there's that freaking Excalibur,
Right.
and after so my previous version of this deck, I didn't have a response to Excalibur, but after playing a few games on Octagon and like losing 2 Excalibur, I decided to include a Netrunner there. Deck. So there I play the Scavenge because I know I need at least the lady to break that quicksand. So that I needed to do that anyway, and then like now I start doing the math to see if I have enough money to clone ship SMC, then use SMC to say to bring Atman, install Atman at 3, run there, make him use the Nisei counter, and then run there again and steal that agenda. So now we're gonna just, if you want to like just give a little bit, I don't know, like it's going to be
Right.
maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of math. I watched this game before, so usually, yeah, the Excalibur is going to be with the Nisei. It's pretty much almost, unless you have an answer for it, going to be an automatic score the next turn. A little bit, and I don't think, because it does get down to the wire, is when you played Scavenge, you used up your identity's ability to save 1 credit, because it's considered an install.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I think at the end, I flipped my identity to install the SMC anyway.
Right. And we'll see what kind of happens and whether or not that last credit, having 1 different credit would make a difference. I'm not sure if it does. At least in this case, the Caprice has no effect because Max is at 0 credits. So,
If only I hadn't resed that Cortex lock.
right, yeah, having those 2 extra credits might have been useful in this case. To at least forced another side game.
Yeah. Or even if I had just overwritten it with Pup.
Right.
And I think another thing that I was taking a long time doing my math is like I almost concluded that I didn't quite have enough money was like I was thinking that I needed to break Excalibur twice, but I only actually needed to break it once.
Right.
And for some weird reason, I thought that I needed to bid a different number on the site.
Oh, yeah.
That's the same. So. And
Yeah,
Max
maybe,
has.
yeah.
So yeah, you don't see my hand there, but what I'm actually counting with my fingers. So the next lick has to be taking those 3 credits on Ari, because like I don't have enough credits to do all the things that I need to do.
So you have, is that 6 credits that you have on your ID? It's a little bit hard to see when they're stacked up.
I think maybe 4 or 5.
I feel you usually stack 5s.
Yeah, so you see that, yeah, I put them all in one stack now, so there should be 5 or 4 there.
Okay.
And there you see, like, you see my hand there, like, I'm counting. Very silly. Okay, and then I say, okay, let's do this. I finally concluded I can do it.
And since you have clone chips, you don't have to use a click to install admin. You just have to, you can do it during a run and take advantage of Ghost Runner as well if you need it.
Right, exactly. So third click, I'll run on that remote using clone chip, and I think that's where I realized that okay, I need to plate my ID for the SMC. So I didn't use the, but at the same time I realized that I don't have enough memory.
Right.
And I needed to get rid of 2 programs. Now the problem is that that cloak actually will turn out to be pretty useful because it will save me a credit.
Right.
So refractor is not doing anything, so that's like, that was easy. And yeah, switch plate. It's killing the pup, but yeah. Other than that,
Right.
Pup's not that taxing to get through either way.
Right.
right. So that's when I realized that I actually had used the SMC. So I actually paid the full 3 credits toward the admin.
Okay, so you tapped your identity card, but you may not have used it at that point.
Right. I tapped for the SMC. I didn't tap for the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so in either case,
Right.
either way, it didn't make a difference.
Exactly.
And you,
So, sorry, go ahead.
in a small little rule thing, you could have used the cloak credit to install the power counters on admin during the install process because it's using a icebreaker ability. But you're using it to break the Excalibur anyway, so either way, it doesn't save you anything.
Right.
As Raphael spending his 1 from the Ghost Runner for the Psy game.
But, whoops.
He's trying to access, and I'm telling him that no, I do get my Psy game.
Right.
Mind games, even when you don't have any credits.
Yeah. And I just don't give a fuck. But like, okay, Max, just play your game. I don't care. I just want you to take that.
And he realizes that, oh yeah, I have to spend 0. So I
Yep.
spend my 0 and kick him out.
And now you have 2 no credits and 2 Ghost Runner credits at this point.
Right. So he used the counter, the NC counter, to go back there.
And you have to
Now
use
we
a
got
Ghost
quick
Runner
save.
credit. Yeah.
Right. And
He gets the future perfect.
one to trash please.
Yep. Now, the game got a little bit more precarious at this point, but I know that I have another Caprice Nisei in hand already,
Mm-hmm.
as well as 2 Econ cards. But
So you use green level clearance after taking a credit.
yep.
So just try and get enough money so maybe you could do another score.
Yeah. And because he's only got 3 cards in his hand, I don't go for the sweep just yet. I click for another credit.
Right. So now I'm broke. I have like literally 0 credits. So I click for a credit. And then I decide that I will run like R&D, but I won't have enough credits to steal an APD. So what I decided to do there was a very interesting play, I think. I take 1 credit and install a Ghost Runner. So now I have 4 credits.
Nice. And now you're running R&D.
Right.
It's just using a cloak because you don't need to make any other runs where you need stealth credits.
Exactly. And the second agenda is official perfect.
Oh man, more Psy games.
Another side game. Yep. And this is this side game that's going to pretty much decide the game, right? Because Max said that like a Caprice. Yeah.
I could have easily gone for the future perfect again with the identity.
And you know it's the second one down, so you could always just draw once. But you might need actually an extra turn to...
And each of us spend 0, and that's the game.
Right.
Yeah.
So 3 future perfects, which is so hard to get a hold of.
Yep. Very hard. So I think that the most exciting play there was on that remote, like when I have just about enough credits to do all the shaper shenanigans that I had to do.
Right.
And flights on that server. Yeah.
I felt pretty confident in having the game there, and then out of nowhere...
You didn't expect admin?
I did not.
Yeah.
I blame all you people on the internet playing Excalibur, teaching him that he needed an answer for it.
Exactly. What? Excalibur? Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, thank you guys for sharing your thoughts. Very interesting decks, and good luck to you. And very well deserved. All Raphael ended up winning the GLC. Max ended up third place. So a lot of good play on their side. A lot of good prizes for them from this tournament, and probably see you guys at the GLC finals in Chicago in September. So more to come. So best of luck to you guys.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Jim.